As you approach,
Oh, great.
Alan,
Uh-huh.
you can't tell if it's the trick of the light or if it's your own mind playing tricks on you. But carved into the top of the sarcophagus is the image of your friend Adelphos, with crossed swords over his chest. And you see inscribed on the wall a symbol of a helmet with four wings,
Uh-huh.
and beneath it inscribed Adelphos the Great. Hello, adventurer, and welcome to our Heroes of Theros actual playthrough. As always, it is a safe-for-work, story-driven D&D campaign. If you are a first-time viewer, we recommend starting your quest on Episode 1. Otherwise, stick around and be transported to the mythic world of Theros. Last time on our Season 1 finale of Heroes of Theros, our 5 heroes, Theseus, Adelphos, Thalassa, Callan, and Alondros, found themselves at the Iroan Games, where the two brothers, Theseus and Adelphos, were pitted against each other. In a stunning display of might and prowess, the two brothers fought, and being overcome by the sword of Mogus, Theseus was about to prevail. Just then, a mob broke out in the arena, a surprise attack, one which Theseus had known about. While defending the citizens and patrons of the Colosseum, our heroes were then tasked by Apollonia to hold the final point of the invading army at the Farangax Bridge. Our heroes made their way there as swiftly as they could to find a depleted Acroan army on their last legs defending against the Minotaur onslaught. One by one, our heroes did their best to defend the oncoming army. But when a earthquake struck the area, they found themselves scrambling for their own lives. Theseus was holding his brother Adelphos over the bottomless chasm, and in a moment of weakness, he cut off his own arm, releasing his brother into the depths. It was at that point that he made the final sacrifice needed to see himself ultimately be the champion of Mogus, the agent of chaos. Allowing his friends to escape with their lives, Theseus halted the army momentarily, while Faustus flew in with a chariot, evacuating those who were left. Alondros, Callan, and Thalassa found their way back to the the palace of Akros, where a mortally wounded Apollonia told them that the whole reason why this was happening was tied to the lost goddess of Clothis, and that perhaps if they made their way to the Underworld, they could not only try and figure out what's happening with the gods and save the world, but maybe they would find their lost brother Adelphos. And so, the three heroes, accompanied by Vasilis Heraclitus, the previous year's victor of the Iroan Games, went down into the crypts beneath the palace, unsealed a large catacomb, and began their descent into the depths. And that's where we left off. So, heroes, you do not take many. Well, actually, we'll start here. You stand with this large open doorway in front of you, darkened, and the thick darkness almost acts as a vapor trying to escape and pull you in. The sounds of the fighting over the city can be heard muffled above you through the thick stone walls. But even that noise seems to be left unpenetrating into this crypt.
Do you think they'll be able to hold out?
Who are you asking?
My party members. Referencing up above, hearing the sounds of battle.
There were a few of the King's Guard that came down to help open the crypt because it was a large stone that was covering it.
Akros is quite always ready for fight, if you know anything about Akros. I have faith in them.
Their military has heavily required us at points, though.
Yes, and
Well, they're not dumb. Y'all are obviously very powerful. Why would they not accept the help from the heroes, the Atlantis?
the general that now leads their army, though, he is a son of Akros. He knows the secrets. He knows everything about this sound, this town, this village, the city, everything. I'm sure his plans, although must hope they aren't just planned out as much as they could be, but he does know what he's doing in this city. So to answer you, Callan, I hope that they do well, but I do not know.
I do as well. I know they have that colossal on their side. But you make a good point that Theseus knows more about this city. I can't believe he actually did it. I can't believe Adelphos. And Callan just kind of starts to choke up and I can't believe he's dead.
We'll find him.
I'm glad you're hopeful. Thalassa, always the beacon of light in the dark.
And just then, you hear some calls coming from the direction you would come from, which you know to be back up towards the palace. Calls for every man at arms available, and you see the few guards, King's Guards that were there to remove this stone, look at you four and say, "We're needed up top. We don't mean to rush things, but we mean to seal this up once you enter."
Yes, we will go. As Alondros is kind of flustered with all the emotions of everything. We understand.
You wouldn't happen to have any diamonds on you? I say to the guards.
They all look around. No.
Okay, just, checking.
No.
Or maybe there was a chance. It's okay, though. Do
Good
what
luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for all you've done.
So-
We'll do our best. And you see they salute Vasilis.
Thank you, soldiers. May Iroas guide your spears.
And you as well. He guide your blade. And then you see that they step to the side, getting ready to sort of push these large stone doors shut behind you.
Well, Callan,
Yes.
being that your sword is lit, would you lead the way for us?
It is a pretty cool sword.
I would love to. I know we're going to do this. I am so tired.
Callan, I'm pretty sure you had taken the potion of
Oh, I know.
long rest.
Not
Okay.
physically. Emotionally, mentally. I'm quite exhausted. But we're gonna find Adelphos, right? That's our plan, is to find Adelphos first.
We'll find him.
Okay, I'm ready. And I will kind of go 20 feet, 30 feet above in front of the party, just to scout ahead.
You begin your descent. And as your first step, your foot lands the top step, you're almost unsure of where the darkness ends and the steps begin. But with this first step, you're able to make contact with the rough-hewn stone beneath your feet. And you don't really know. Something feels different.
In the sense of feeling more evil, feeling
Not
like
more
I've
evil.
passed a barrier.
You almost get the sense of how would Callan have felt when he first stepped on the Isle of Crufix or on the Isle of Skies.
Daunted, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Similar
That sort
feelings.
that sort of uncertainty of stepping into the unknown, perhaps beyond the mortal plane, sort of overcomes you again as you begin your descent.
As I start my descent, I want to turn to the party. Do we want to do this stealthily?
Do you feel as though there is someone watching us?
I feel uneasy. I don't know about you all, but it feels similar to the other times we've gone beyond, so to speak.
Well, I believe caution is always a handy tool to utilize.
At least for the first bit, we'll see how it goes. And I want to look down at the symbol on my palm of Crufix, and I want to run my symbol along the side of my Tardix blade, and then I want to just do like a flourish, and as I do it, stars and Nick's sky comes out and envelops the party, and I want to cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Cool.
Nice.
Everyone gets
Plus 10 to their stealth.
a plus 10 to their stealth. Which,
fair
depending on what
enough.
armor you have, Heraclitus, or Vasilis, sorry, you have disadvantage with stealth. All right. The glow of Callum's light can be seen penetrating the darkness, but you can still tell the darkness around the very outskirts feels thick. And as you begin your descent, you hear the large stone doors grinding against the ground as these, half dozen soldiers push them shut with a loud thud. And then there's nothing except darkness and the stairs in front of you. And while you walk, Vasilis, or should I say, Zane, would you like to describe what Vasilis looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. Would we like to wait for Connor to come back real fast, just in case? Yeah.
And you would have, I would say that Vasilis is fresh. He would have either had one of the potions of long rests, or he would have been fighting, but have done something to be fresh before the descent.
Gotcha.
And Alondros, you said you have not taken the potion of long rest?
Yes, I did not take it, so...
Okay. And same with you, Thalassa, you have not taken the potion of long rest?
I believe I haven't.
Okay. I do, last time we played, given the timetables, I was saying that a week somewhere would incorporate a long rest, and that a day would be a short rest. Time in this area will be a little bit different. It'll be more traditional D&D in the sense that an 8 hours of resting will give you guys a long rest.
Sweet.
As long as we give that a can be changed if needed.
I feel like you did that for a reason.
That's exactly
So.
what I was gonna say.
Yep.
I also don't know, if you will be able to find respite for a week. Zane, would you like to describe what Vasilis looks like?
Absolutely. Vasilis. Vasilis is about, the age, he's about the same age as, he's just a little bit younger than Theseus was. Probably about 21. Vasilis is, he's tall. He has very dark brown hair that is very straight, and it falls down him. It's very elegant, and he has the front part of it kind of like waved back into a little ponytail, I guess, that flows down with his hair as well. He doesn't have any facial hair. His face is thin but healthy, very angled, very triangular like kind of jaw. And you can tell that all of his armor is absolutely custom made, because it all fits. It works well together, like it was made for him. And the color scheme, he's wearing medium armor, or half plate. It's adorned, it's white with all of these beautiful gold, kind of like waves that kind of, with also like some like a wreath, like the golden wreaths that you see, kind of like some of those like on like the shoulder plates, and throughout his whole thing it all matches. And he has a very large two-handed sword across his back, with a golden hilt, and the scabbard also matches his armor as well. Sometimes whenever you catch, whenever some wind catches his hair or something like that, you can see that he is missing an ear, where it was crudely cut off. It's not even like even like flush against the skin. It's kind of like there's still like a little bit hanging off, just a little bit, but he does hide his hair down to where usually you can't tell.
Reminder real quick. Do we know how he lost his ear?
Oh wait.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
I think we did.
Well, I mean,
Tell us.
it was never like, it was always
never straight up said.
It was
but-
very heavily implied.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you remember the name Vasilis, you would put it together.
you know who Vasilis is. You know that he beat Theseus, and you also know that Theseus has an ear that he took from the man that beat him in the game. So it's up to you if your character.
Context clues to kind of be put together.
Callan has keen mind, so
Yeah, so Callan would remember.
everything.
Oh, and Callan, when you go down here, you have no idea where north is.
Oh,
By the way.
That sucks.
That's odd.
that's a twist.
What's up?
And I guess that is incorporated with those strange scents. The further deep go, the less of a sense of direction you get.
You know, for the first time, I feel that I don't know where I am. I feel directions. I could say it's very odd.
You've never been lost before.
Not necessarily lost, but I generally have a good idea of my directions. I was gonna go in and didn't sense of direction. Just interesting point.
I mean, one time we even had to knock him out so we could get lost.
Knock him out. There wasn't
a
any
long
more
story.
elegant of a way to.
It was the fastest and easiest way. Long story.
I mean, yeah. Good times. Good times.
Well, they sound great.
So, should we somehow mark where we're going so we know how to get out? Or do you feel like you could remember your direction if you've seen it before?
I don't honestly know. It's been a long time since I have felt this way.
That is a good question, though. Are we in some kind of a hallway with just stairs, or we're just kind of floating
So
stairs, or what's the?
No, it's you. It is. You can't tell if you are in a hewn tunnel or if it's open air.
Okay.
Because the darkness is so thick.
Okay.
There are some rocks walls next to you. That you can see partially. It appears to have been carved of some way. But as of right now, it's been pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Though the path has not been a direct straight down, there has been some turns in it. There's only been one direction. There haven't been any intersections or deviations from this stairway.
Okay. I do believe, though, that if my remembrance is correct, I'm unsure if marking our way would even be helpful. When we get down, I don't know if we will come back the same way. I don't know if that is possible or if that's how anything works, but I think
It's very true.
If you all would like to roll a history or religion check for me, to see what sort of things you all would know about the Underworld, more specifically about how to get to the Underworld. Be the first rolls of.
Let's see how we
Yeah.
do.
My roll
Don't
is
roll yet.
for-
oh,
I'm
Don't
rolling
roll
for
yet.
Shay only.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
That's fine. All right, because I was gonna do this. Hold on. All right. What did everybody get on there? History/religion.
So this is for Thalassa.
Okay.
Don't
She
know
gets advantage.
why that rolled with advantage. I didn't even have it set to advantage. That was weird.
I'm not going to roll on Foundry yet because I still need to make a pair of dice.
Wow.
For Vasilis.
All right.
It's another 8.
Okay. Lots of 8s and 9s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I got
All right. And what did you get, Facilis?
a 9.
Holy cow.
8s and 9s all around. Okay. General knowledge for most of you is that, like many things, there have been rumors and myths about this different pathways to the underworld. Ranging from a literal pathway like you're on, and also things like the chasm, which Adelphos fell into, had been rumored to be a chasm straight to the underworld. But Vasilis, you being sort of a priest's son, have a little more knowledge about the gods, I would think. So why don't you share, if you want to, what you know about pathways to the underworld?
Yeah. Well, I guess we should pass the time while we are on this walk, which is very long.
And it is. You have been walking for now probably upwards of an hour. And still walking, still descending downwards.
Some vital information that we might need to keep in mind while we're down here. I'd like to share it with you if you would like to have it.
By all means, please.
So growing up in Akros, some were taught this. I heard it from my father quite frequently from his lessons. He being a priest spoke of the underworld quite often. And one thing that he would always tell me about in these stories were how the gods created the underworld. Not only did they create the underworld, but they created pathways that went in and out of it, as you just saw one. But you might guess that these pathways, like most things, the gods make have a purpose. And you see, these pathways are for the immortal to travel through. You see, they use the underworld to pass through unnoticed by the world above.
So it's sort
That-
of a hub.
Is that right? Is that right, Jeff?
No.
No, that is
No.
all wrong. What?
It can be used. Theoretically, it can be used that way. But your father taught you that the gods created these pathways to the underworld so that the gods could visit their favorite mortals in the underworld when they choose.
I see.
Yeah.
I relate that to them.
But what you said, that could be true. Like, they could use it to pass unnoticed between places, but the primary reason for these pathways was so that the gods that don't dwell in the underworld, namely everybody except for Theros and Erebus, could physically go to the underworld as immortals and visit their champions if they so wish.
Champions or loved ones or whoever they may have formed bonds with.
Yep.
This might be a silly question. Do all mortals end up in the underworld?
First off, Count, there's no silly questions. It's quite a bright one.
This is
And I would say, yeah, most do.
Alan, you would know that all mortals do end up in the underworld, unless extenuating circumstances prohibit them from doing so. You've seen that firsthand on the Isle of Skies.
Bingo.
And also, you know, as a former worshiper of Phaenax, that he was once mortal and is no longer in the underworld.
He escaped the underworld.
He did, yes.
As I recall this, I'm just thinking about Phaenax, and he escaped the underworld. Are we going to be able to leave? I mean, we crossed that barrier. We're here. Are we going to be able to get back?
We fight hard enough.
So, can I interject?
Yeah.
You get the sense, Callan, that though you are in a different place, you are definitely not in the underworld yet.
I just
believe, though,
Oh, go ahead.
that is a risk that we are taking. We may not make it back. This could be all we get for our lives. So we must make it worth it.
I'm sure the heroes of Neo-Atlantis will conquer the underworld, no problem.
I just have to say, this, as I motion towards Vasilis, it's a little strange traveling with somebody who's so optimistic.
It is kind of strange.
I mean, please don't take this in the wrong way. You remind
No.
me so much of Theseus. Obviously, you're unique and different in your own way. It's kind of nice, but it's also painful.
Take it as a compliment.
Please do.
But I do hate that it is a distasteful burden on you, heroes.
Well, one does not overcome betrayal easily. Especially one who was so close.
Well said. Well said.
It is strange to not constantly try to waver your mind in a more positive way. I'm unsure how I feel about it yet.
I think you'll be a great addition.
I hope I can be of some use. At the least.
Why did you join us? I mean, I know your city is under attack, and you have that, but why risk coming to the underworld with us?
Oh, you are full of good questions. To that I would say, there was some deliberation of my coming with you, heroes, to be somewhat of an ambassador of Akros to keep an eye on things. Obviously, you and your group have been monumental in so many things. and I hope to further your goals. But I will be honest and true with you all that I do have personal matters that I'd like to attend to as well, pertaining with Theseus.
Did you come here with your own will, or were you sent here?
My own will.
Vasilis, if given the choice between your duties that you have to your city and us, what would you choose?
Well, that is a very broad question, Alondros. But I think I really do like you folk. I am a man of duty and honor and loyalty. And I think you will find that I am loyal. And I just want to help.
Good.
Forgive us, we've trusted someone for so long, it's strange to try to trust someone just from their word.
I understand, and I hope that my actions can speak louder.
I hope they will. I think they will.
Hopefully my sword even louder than the words. But
Are you attempting to save Theseus? Kill Theseus? Undecided? Because I know I am undecided.
yeah, I think we... Well, I mean, if this all has happened so fast, I mean, just earlier today, I didn't know what Theseus's fate would be, fighting in the arena with Adelphos. I wasn't sure if Apollonia, bless her heart, would have put him down, which I would have been sad to see at the time for sure. But due to the current events, I am undecided what my role is to play in this.
I can live with that. As we have rings, right? That can help us communicate with each other.
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of be fiddling with my hands, and I'm gonna look at my ring. We have a problem. And I'll just kind of motion to my ring. Because I don't think we know. I don't think Laura said anything. Okay.
Oh.
Just checking.
Nice.
I know it's been a while. We have a stray sheep who has one of these.
I see.
You brandish the golden
Yes.
signet ring with the Roman numeral 5, the V on it.
And without saying anything, I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out Theseus's ring and say, when I attempted to take him over the edge and end my life with his, I took this from him.
Alondros, I'm sure that took nothing short of sly cunning.
Yes. Or
Was your plan to take the ring, or was it to actually take you and him over the edge?
it was to take him and myself over the edge. The ring was just an afterthought, more of a reaction of my physical form that I had no control of almost.
Bless your heart, Alondros, for taking that back. But Please, I beg you. Don't sacrifice yourself like that again. The only thing worse than losing 2 members of our party would have been losing 3.
Yes, but if it weren't for Theseus, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be in this situation. We ended it then, it would have saved countless lives in the future. It seemed like an appropriate trade to save you.
You are as selfless as you are charismatic, my friend. I'm glad you're here, though. Although, I mean, we are... I don't know if the full gravity of what we're doing has hit me or where we are headed has hit me. But we are willingly walking into what I imagine a realm of death and absolute chaos.
And also paradise. You would know, everyone would know that regardless of your acts in the mortal world, all souls go to the underworld. And that there are some safe havens of respite where souls can find peace in the underworld.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not like traditional pantheons where you get sent to whatever god you worship in their domain.
Oh.
Interesting.
And that's why
That makes
it was
sense.
important that Vasilis described the fact that gods created these pathways so that they could go down to the underworld physically
Interesting.
and be with their champions.
And as I'm holding this ring in my hand and thinking about what Callan said, Vasilis,
Yes.
I'm going to kind of hesitantly hold out my hand with the ring in my fingers and offer it to you. And
Thank you, Alondra. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, you don't make me take this from you.
He gives off a smile. Thank you for your courage.
Yes, I believe it's
Accept the ring.
hard enough down here. We need all the help that we can get.
It may not be much, but I will offer what I can.
Thank you.
And as you continue downward, sort of abruptly, because you're not able to see any further than the light given off of Callan's blade, you see a doorway carved into the rock.
Is there iconography on it? Is it...
It is ornately carved.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't quite look like this doorway that I'm hoping you can see.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. All right.
I would have said something a long time ago, I promise.
I will just be quiet. You see that on either side of the doorway are ornately carved Grecian-style pillars with sort of the triangle pantheon, like rooftop on top, straddling the doorway. but there is no inscription, no writing or symbols that you can see.
And it doesn't put off any color of light or anything between any cracks or anything.
Nope. There is no physical door, it's just an open doorway.
Hmm.
Like a passageway almost, like an arch.
Like an archway.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the stairs do not continue outside of the arch?
No, the stairs go down and they're sort of like, it opens up into sort of like a mini courtyard. The stairs widen a little bit and level out flat before this entrance.
Well, Basilis, is there any going back once we cross this threshold?
Vasilis, you would know that officially the crossing into the Underworld requires the crossing of the river Tardix.
Gotcha.
No one really knows, like, if these passageways are in the mortal world or if they're like a continuation part of the Underworld. It's really unclear, because the only people that have ever come out of these places are the returned, which are the sort of mindless undead.
Gold masks, right?
Yep, gold masks.
Gotcha.
Right, and they don't have memories. They don't know, right? And so this really all is a mystery, aside from myth and legend and theocracy that's taught.
Yeah. I wish I had more answers, but I will say, for certainty, possibly, but we will need to cross the River Tardix before we truly are in the Underworld. At that point, only myth and legend can tell, and the acts of our bravery.
Right. So for now, we're good.
Yeah.
Good. Then I think we would continue through.
All right. As you walk through this carved archway, let me pull it up.
Ooh, we get our first map.
Let me pull everybody in real quick. There's your light, Alondros. And yours, Callan.
Ooh.
You see a hewn room with four, well, from what you can see, two large pillars in front of you. This room is very neatly kept, despite what the floor may look like, and is all carved out of hewn stone. And you see that lining the walls of this room, which stretches for about 60 or 70 feet in front of you, with a large sort of pedestal set up in the middle, and places where you can light torches, which are these four here. You see sarcophagi aligned against the walls.
Basilis, do you know anything about this place?
I wish I could say I did.
Didn't know if it was... tombs of heroes of Akros or whatnot. I want to go ahead of the party, just like 5-10 feet,
Sure.
and I want to check for traps, kind of in the general vicinity.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
Why is it rolling with advantage?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Hey,
You still
at
got a
least you keep
10.
rolling. Yeah, you still get a 10. That's funny. Is it a 10 or do you?
10, straight
what
10.
bonus do you have? Okay. This tomb seems rather bare. And though the darkness is thick and hard for your light to show everything that's in here, it's pretty empty aside from the sarcophagi.
I think we're pretty safe.
Well, proceed with caution, nonetheless. And I kind of want to go check out this sarcophagus over here.
All right.
Does it have like what am I looking at?
So you see carved on the lid of the sarcophagus an effigy of what appears to be a warrior of some sort. They wield a... Actually, sorry. I'm going to retract that. This particular your sarcophagus that you approach does not have a warrior etched into the top of it.
Okay. Does it have any words or any sort of inscription?
You can roll a perception or an investigation check.
I don't. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Which did you
Fine.
roll? Perception or investigation?
Perception.
Okay. So this sarcophagus does not. But sort of puzzled by this, you kind of look around the room. You sort of turn behind you where the light is strong with Callan's blade and your torch. And this sarcophagus to the left of Callan, behind where you're at, you do see... You can't make it out quite what it is, but you do see...
There's like etches or
an
words.
inscription, yep, and an image.
I would like to go and check it out.
All right. So as you walk over to this sarcophagus, you see etched into the wall above this coffin a blue eye, which you're pretty familiar with the gods, right, Alondros?
Yeah.
Which you would know or recognize as the symbol of Keranos, the god of storms and inspiration. And beneath it, written, is Hecate Starfeller. And you see the effigy carved onto the sarcophagus is of a Leonin, wielding two sickles that are crossed over her chest. You know it's a Leoniness because she doesn't wield a mane.
Okay. And I would repeat the name and say, is anyone familiar with this character, this person?
Not to my knowledge.
You all can roll a history check if you'd like.
What's your history? I
I'm
have
proficient.
a 0, so
I'll do it.
we'll do one for Theros. What's your bonus?
5.
Don't roll advantage. Dude, the game is broken.
Well, we know that one of them will be a 7 or a 9. the next roll.
I don't know why it does that. Like, literally it says R1d20 plus 5. No advantage clicked. What
And
the
it was a 7
freak?
still. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
It's like giving you
Um,
a sneak peek.
I know, it's so fun. Thalassa, this name doesn't ring any bells.
Not to my knowledge. I don't think I can grasp any information from my mind.
Interesting. Well, that sarcophagi over there, as I point to the one across the room, didn't have anything, but this appears to be some sort of hero from old. Maybe a champion of the storm god. But it's interesting. Has anyone else found anything?
I'm gonna go check out this one over here.
Which one?
This one.
Okay. As you approach,
Oh, great.
Alan,
Uh-huh.
you can't tell if it's the trick of the light or if it's your own mind playing tricks on you. But carved into the top of the sarcophagus is the image of your friend Adelphos, with crossed swords over his chest. And you see inscribed on the wall a symbol of a helmet with 4 wings,
Uh-huh.
and beneath it inscribed Adelphos the Great.
Everybody, you might want to come take a look at this
I'll follow.
now.
I'll move her, sorry.
Yeah, I can't move her.
You should be able. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Can you move? I'll move Vasilis too.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I can move her. I can move her. You're good.
You can move her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my mouse is dying, so. Does everybody else see what I'm seeing?
Would this be somehow a tomb of those who have recently passed on? The Leonin would make sense, being that the war is going, but... And then I kind of turned to Vasilis. I thought you said we hadn't yet made it into the Underworld. Could there be magics here as well?
Absolutely. I mean, Theros is quite abundant with magic. This may not be the Underworld, but I'm sure it still holds many secrets. This may just be a tomb for Adelphos, maybe a marking of his passing, but his spirit lies in the Underworld, I'm sure.
Will anything happen if anything is disturbed in here? Do you know?
I don't know for certain.
What's everybody's passive perception?
I know Colossus is
18.
a billion.
16.
Oh.
14, I think.
Mine's way lower.
Actually, maybe mine's 12. I'm not sure.
I have a 12.
You hear footsteps coming from the darkness. Whoa, hold on.
In front or behind? Like where we just came or where we're going?
Where you're going. How do I... Oh, there we go. And you hear sort of walking, half shuffling towards you, and coming into the light. A returned,
Does it have weapons?
wearing.
Does it have weapons?
Does, yeah. Carries swords with it. And its golden mask reflecting the light of your torches. You see it kind of aimlessly shuffles without really looking in any particular direction. And then once it steps into the torchlight, it raises its head, its mask glaring at you. And you see it just uplifts a sword towards you. And pretty soon, out of the darkness, more emerge.
We have company.
And I will need everybody to roll me initiative.
Oh.
Oh, man.
What's your bonus? 7?
Plus 7? Wow.
Initiative? 6.
Nice.
Well. Okay. Did everybody roll?
I did.
Great. Did anybody get 20 to 25?
Colossa got a 21.
Okay.
Love going first. It's my favorite.
You're not going first.
Okay.
One of them rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Fantastic.
Anybody get 15 to 20?
I think Callan and we both got a 14.
Okay. You can choose to go by your who goes when, essentially. Once your initiative comes, then you can decide who goes first.
Okay.
Or one can always go before the other. It's up to you guys. Okay. 5 to, or I guess 10 to 15. Oh, we already did that. 5 to 10.
I got an 8.
Nice. And... Okay. You see 2 of these returned look a mite bigger and stronger. You see they're wearing heavier plate. Their weapons, aged bronze, appear to be larger and sharper than these 3 others, whose turn it is to go first. So they're going to move towards you, Thalassa. Or no, sorry, Vasilis, because you are in the front. Are you going to be able to join us on Foundry, Zane?
I can. It just makes my...
If not, don't worry about it. I'll describe where you're at.
For
You're the one-
combat, I'll be fine for combat.
Okay. Sweet.
It'll
So,
take me a second, but Move
This
on.
first one is going to come and attack you, or try to. It is going to use, you see the 3 smaller ones are armed with spears, and the 2 larger ones are armed with swords, with short swords. Does a natural 20 hit you, Assless?
Oh my gosh. Dude,
That's
what
the
is-
second one I rolled tonight already. And I'm rolling on Foundry, so.
Yeah, it glances me. Just kidding. It straight up just wrecks me.
Okay. So you take.
Wait a minute. Don't I have a resistant of some kind? Don't barbarians get like?
When you rage.
Sorry, oh, is that only whenever you're raging?
Yeah. You'll have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage when you're raging.
I
Non-magical.
could have sworn I have something that allows people like criticals to. I think.
You have a
Sorry,
savage
still.
critical, which means you get to roll an additional dice when you hit a crit. So, you see this returned, shuffles a little more deliberately, not quite a shuffle, lunges towards you with this spear. Its golden mask, it's expressionless, as the spear catches your arm, dealing 10 damage.
All right.
This one is going to come up and try and attack you as well. Does a 24 hit you?
Oh my gosh.
Yo!
Fire.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm just going to roll for the second one too. Real quick.
And yeah, so 38 does hit me.
Okay. You guys
What'd you
can't see
get?
these rolls, can you?
No.
No.
Okay. Are you supposed to? Do you roll behind your screen, Tyson,
I-
when you
I-
roll?
I can't remember
Yeah,
what
you
I
do.
do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
He does.
Okay, so 24, and then I kid you not, the second one got another natural 20. That's the third one tonight.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
This is fine. We're fine.
Alright,
We
how much-
kill the Hydra.
How much damage
Four.
do I take? job
You
to
take
absorb
15 more damage as 2 more returned with spears come in and jab at you. And now it is Thalas's turn.
I will just step out to the left.
Okay.
Right there. And
Mm-hmm.
the person right in front of me, I will throw my Triton at.
Your Bident.
Yeah, I'll throw my Bident at. I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot
Yeah.
I have
It's like old times.
one. Yeah.
She'll throw her Triton at it.
Triton.
Triton.
Whatever.
throws-
Oh my gosh.
Alan.
Anyways.
She could throw me.
Yeah, you
She's
have the
wicked
Bident
strong.
of Thassa, don't forget. You have a godly weapon.
Oh, I know I do. I just keep forgetting to call it such. I just want to see what it does if I hit it. So,
Okay.
What's your plus?
for my Biden. I don't know if it was different.
It is. You have it written down somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
Jefferson, do you remember if it was like a +1 or
Strength plus
It was a
3.
+3.
was it a +3?
It's a plus
Mhm.
3.
It's a godly weapon. I've got the stats for it here. Sweet. Yeah, 24 absolutely hits.
Okay, and then it's 2d10.
plus whatever your strength and +3 is.
Shay and I might have to roll individually this campaign. This is going to be...
That's fine.
+3, strength +3.
Sorry, viewers at home.
21.
21. Cold damage.
You throw this bident, and it lands into the chest of this returned that is flanking Vasilis. Vasilis, you have 3. Oh, you're here. The returned just sort of slinks down to its knees and then falls on its face, its gold mask skittering on the ground.
And then
You kill it.
I will use my device that I got from the Tinkerer and recall my Biden.
Sweet. As your bonus action, you're going to pull it back into your hand.
Sick.
And you all watch as the returned that has collapsed to the ground sort of turns into ash and kind of like floats up and disappears into the air. All except for the mask, the golden mask on the ground.
That's super cool.
All right. Is that it for you, Thalassa?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Next up, you see the 2 larger
Returned.
returned are going to come up. This one is going to attack you, Alondros, because he knows his friends have Vasilis. So the first attack does an 11 hit,
No, it doesn't.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
And then you see he misses his first attack, and he misses his second attack with a natural 1 and a 6 total. Voiceless, he comes up and just slashes at you, and misses. You sort of putting up your lantern in between you and him, doing what you can to block his attacks. And then this second returned is going to come behind you, Thalassa, and that is all it's going to do. Callan and Alondros, it's your turns.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Depends on which one you're going for.
Yes.
I can go, and I can maybe help you out
Okay.
if that is okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I am going to. First things first. Okay, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on this group. It will hit Vasilis, but it will hit all 3 of these returned.
All right. Okay. Vasilis, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Alright.
DC 18.
Yeah.
Sorry
no.
about that.
I got no.
You got an 11.
Yep.
Okay. What color is your...
So as I kind of stretch out my hand,
Mhm.
I'm going to say, "You cannot hide in the shadows. The light will find you." And kind of this blue, almost, it looks like a vaporous, like water, kind of flows out of my hand and attaches to anything that fails the save.
Okay. Is it a constant light or is it like a flickering light?
it's a constant light, but it kind of like flows like within, like the light's always there, but it's kind of flowing and burning like
Okay.
water or fire, kind of a visual.
Like that.
Yes, just like that. Look at that. That's actually awesome.
That's cool.
I'm better at this than you are. No, just kidding. No, I was playing with it a lot today. I was
Yeah.
playing around on this thing a lot, and
I just haven't had the
Tyson-
opportunity to do anything
Tyson
like
is
that.
the master. He taught me everything.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to turn to Callan,
Mhm.
and I'm going to place my hand on his shoulder and say, "Do what you must, but go with courage." And I'm going to give him Bardic,
Which is now what?
which now I believe is a D10.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's
Does
awesome.
Does it stay with him until he actually uses it? Like,
Yep, it stays with it until you have successfully use it. So you can roll it, and if it fails, you can keep it and roll it again. And you
Sweet.
can add it to any roll essentially.
Except for damage, right?
Yeah, except for damage. Ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws. So
Okay.
any D20 roll.
Sweet. Callan, you're up.
So I'm going to use 10 feet of movement to get up to this guy right here, and I'm going to
Okay.
make an attack with my Tardix.
Okay.
With advantage if he is under fairy fire.
Yes, he is under fairy fire.
He's under fairy fire.
Actually, hold on. Sorry, I was too busy putting the light on. Let me roll for everybody. You said it's 18, right?
Yeah. Dex save DC 18.
Okay. He is not. He is under fairy fire.
Okay.
You're targeting the big one that is right in front of you, right,
Yes.
Callan? Okay. Yeah. He is under fairy fire. Let me roll for the other ones real quick. The one directly in front of Vasilis is not under fairy fire.
Okay.
And then the one kitty corner Vasilis is absolutely under fairy fire. So just the middle one is not.
Okay. So 21.
And
to hit.
Vasilis is under. Yes, 21 hits.
And so 12 plus sneak attack, 16, 22, 25 points of damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are you expending a
No.
use of your Tardix? Okay. All right, you stab into this this returned, and you get him in the abdomen. And as you stab it into him and pull it out, you see he doesn't move a muscle. And the gold mask just stares at you.
I'm gonna stab him with my other rapier.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, when in doubt, stab him again.
I have advantage.
when in doubt, stab him out.
22 to hit,
Yeah. that hits.
Amen.
24 to hit. Oops, that's not a D8. 12 points of damage.
Okay. You stab him again, this time in the upper arm. And you do see where you'd stabbed him in the abdomen was covered by this black cloth that is draped over his ashen skin, like this dark, like. You guys know the color of like graphite,
Mm-hmm.
sort of that shiny, ashy almost.
Yeah.
That is the color of their skin. And you see, you stab and this like black smoke oozes out of the wound on the arm. Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's
Callan?
it.
Okay. All right. Vasilis, it's your turn.
what we are gonna do, Vasilis is going to and you'll see Vasilis take his sword from out of his sheath from off of his back, and notice his sword is not actually made metal. It is a clear as glass, like Crypt forms a blade.
You'll have to describe your cool sword when we're not in Foundry because we only picked up like half of that.
Is a 15 hit.
15 does hit. Who are you targeting?
Guy. Hello.
Did you drop out of Foundry?
No, can you guys
Doesn't say you're in Foundry with us anymore.
not hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, I did drop out of Foundry.
Yeah, that's
yes.
what I was wondering.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you meant in Discord. Yeah.
No.
I'm getting out of Discord. You guys haven't been saying anything.
No, we've been
I haven't
talking.
heard anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard anything. Does a 15 hit the individual in front of me?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Did you roll with advantage?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I did
Actually,
not
one of
roll with,
them-
with
no,
advantage.
because he's the one who didn't
Transcend.
pass.
Yeah, never mind.
Don't roll with advantage unless
Don't
you're
roll with it.
attacking recklessly.
I already had advantage. I mean, I got a 15, so if that hits,
Yeah. No, it hits.
that would be no. Cool. All right, let's roll some damage. Oh heck yeah! He takes 16 damage for my first hit. Is he still
Okay.
up?
He is still up. You cleave off the arm that's
Okay.
not wielding the spear.
And my second one, I actually get a 21.
That hits.
And that attack, holy crap, I am on fire. That attack does... Oh, wait, I'm raging right now. That's my bad. This attack does...
Do bonus action rage before you attack. You must have said that. We didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he
did rage.
You could
Sorry.
see it by the
You
look
got-
of
yeah.
his eyes.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah. So I raged, and this next attack does 20 damage. What did I say for the last one? I forgot.
You said 16. Yeah.
16? He actually
um,
takes 19. So in total, 39 damage.
Okay. You swing your great sword. The blue light that's reflecting on you and on the two individuals because of fairy fire is like showing in your crystalline glass sword. And you lop his arm off, and then you bring your sword around and you cut through him, basically cutting him in half, and then cut into the returned directly next to him, the one that was kitty corner you, and inflicting damage on him as you see smoke begins to pour out of his wounds, and the one in front of you collapses in a pile of ash, nothing but the golden mask left. All right. There's one sentry left. Oh, that was the guy that had the light. Hold on. And this one sentry is going to try and attack you again, Thalassa. Or sorry, not Thalassa. Vasilis. Does an 18 hit you, Vasilis?
It does.
Okay. All right then. You are gonna take 8 damage as the spear makes contact with your flesh. All right, Thalassa, it's now your turn.
The person right behind me,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to turn with my bident facing towards him
All right.
and just pierce it into him.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Have to roll the hit.
Huh?
That's not a 20.
Oh, my bad. That's worse.
Does he have fairy fire on him?
No.
He does
behind
not.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit. What do I add to that?
I
Nothing.
don't think it hits regardless.
Yeah, it was a nat 1, so I'm pretty
Yeah,
positive.
that's a miss. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have 2 attacks.
Don't forget.
right?
Yep, you do have 2 attacks
So
as a
let's
paladin.
just-
Correct. Yeah.
I'll just swing it, pull it back, and lunge into it harder the second time.
All right. Okay.
Which,
Plus what?
on my trident? Oh, bident, sorry.
Plus 6?
6. 9.
9 misses.
Okay.
You see, as you thrust at him with your godly magical bident, he deflects with his own sword, parrying the golden mask staring at you. All right. The one in front of Vidius, sorry, old school. The one in front of Callan, I don't know why I said
Wow.
that. I know, that is old school. Is going to make an attack against you.
Why are you always bringing up old stuff, Jefferson?
I don't know. I'm assuming a 7 misses.
Yes.
Okay. He will swing at you again. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. The sword makes contact with you, and you take. I'm sorry. You take 8 piercing damage,
Okay.
and then you feel a searing pain beginning to spread from where you were stabbed, and you take 10 poison damage. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Hey, you fight off the effects of this poison, though the wound is beginning to ache. And as you kind of look down at where he got you, on your arm, you see like the veins leading away from the wound, dark black. Now the one behind Thalassa is going to try and do the same. I'm assuming an 8 misses.
On me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay. Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And now it is Callan and Alondros' turn.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I am going to take my Tardix blade, and I am going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to stab it into the ground, and a shockwave of my magical, like the Nyx star, spreads
Mhm.
out, and I'm going to use Channel Divinity to do Destroy Undead. If they
Destroy undead?
or
or
it's
turn undead?
but if they are
Okay.
half CR or below, which I'm assuming they're not, but here's to hoping.
You channeling your new god, and I say new in the sense that, you haven't worshipped in your whole life, like you
Yeah.
have Phaenax. you try something different, something that you haven't tried before. And in performing this move, you sort of have your head down as you stab the sword in the ground and look up, and you see the returned are still there. Oh wait, is it? Hold on. Do they have to roll a saving throw?
They have to roll a wisdom saving throw. If
Yes.
they're not
Okay.
half CR, then it's just turn.
Right. Okay. Hold on. Let me redo that. What's your spell save DC?
14.
So this will be, I'm going to roll. Actually, I'll tell you real quick. It's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. You see as the one directly behind you, the one that was engaged with Thalassa, is turned.
Okay.
And what does turn undead do if they fail their wisdom saving throw?
Let me pull it up real quick. Spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as it can.
Okay. All right.
Can't take reactions. And for its action, it can only use the dash action.
Okay. So the one behind Thalassa is turned.
Okay.
Alondros, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to look at this return that is standing next to me and Callan and in between all of us. And I'm going to like whisper under my breath, "Return from whence you came." And as I kind of do that, it's going to grow louder in its behind the mask. It needs to roll a wisdom save as
Okay.
I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Sweet. It rolled a 6.
Alrighty. So it takes 12 psychic damage.
Okay.
And immediately uses its reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
Sweet. It didn't use his move action last turn, so it's gonna go like that. Actually, I think one more. Great. Is it for you, Alondros?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Basilisk. It's your turn. You still have one glowing returned in front of you. The one that was next to you has fled.
Anxiety has. I'm going to attack
All right.
the one in front of me.
Sweet.
First attack, we got a 1, but I get to re-roll ones.
Also roll with advantage on this one.
Yeah. Why do you reroll ones?
Because I have... Oh, wait, no, that's only for... I forgot. That's for... Well, it's for...
Yeah,
great weapon fighting, but it's for damage.
Yeah.
It's not for. That's why I corrected myself.
Yeah.
After.
But you roll with advantage anyway, so.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Alondros. I got a 9.
Misses.
Didn't think so. Okay. Next one though. There we go. Got a 18, baby.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. Hit him good. All right, here comes some damage. There we go. Ooh, very nice. We got 8 plus 17 damage.
You cleave this one into a pile of ash as the ash sort of like turns into black vapor and disappears into the air, the golden mask clattering to the ground. All right. The 3 sentries are gone. Thalassa, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna. That guy is still by me, right? Because it's not the top of his
Yes,
turn.
yeah, he's right behind you, yeah.
I want to try to get this guy, man. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my bite again.
All right.
I switched out my dice, so I'm rolling better now. Does a 19 hit?
19 definitely hits.
Cool.
Roll your second attack and see if it hits before you roll your damage.
It's gonna hit.
17.
17 plus my
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a hit. Yep. Okay, so now roll 4d10 and then your modifier twice.
8 plus 9.
Holy crap.
What's 8 plus 9?
17, 27, plus your modifier
27.
twice. Plus 6.
Mm-hmm. Plus 6 twice.
30, no, plus 3. So 33.
Yeah, 33
Wow.
total.
Nice.
You stab into this with your bident twice, and though injured and black vapor pouring from its wounds, it does not go down.
Wow.
What?
And it's cold damage, by the way.
Okay.
Dang. I'll just stay where I'm at, and I think that's it.
Okay. All right. You see the begins to run out of the door, up the stairs where you came from.
We just sent him off to like all the innocent people, but that's cool.
Well, it's sealed.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Callan, it's your turn. Or Alondros, either one.
Are you ready?
I mean, I can be, but if you want to, you go for it.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I am going to. How far away did he run?
Out of the vicinity.
Yeah, he ran 60 feet away.
Okay.
He had to use his dash action.
I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just gonna bonus action dash so I can get to this guy.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to take an attack with my Tardix.
Okay.
Do I have advantage on this guy?
Yes.
You.
Fairy fire?
Very fire.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Well, I guess
You should still be glowing.
Okay, definitely hits 19 plus stuff.
Yep. That hits.
So that is 7, 12, 14, 15, plus 21 points of damage.
All right. You stab your blade, your Tardix blade, into this returned, and he, as he falls, turns into ash and black vapor. His mask skittering onto the ground.
Okay. Did my Tardix blade do anything to that big guy when I first stabbed him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it did.
Yeah.
Alright,
They're just meaty.
gotcha. Okay, that's it. That's my turn.
All right. Alondros, it's your turn.
The other guy ran out the room.
He did, yeah, he's running up the stairs. I don't have a map for that, but if you want to pursue him, we can just do Theater of the Mind.
And I turn to Callan and say, "How long does your effect last?"
He'll
That
be
frightened
back
him.
in a moment. Just a minute or two, and he'll come running back, I'm sure.
Well, shall we prepare ourselves for his return? As I turn to everyone.
Would be advantageous.
Get a surprise round on this dude.
Yeah, get something ready for him.
You could prepare. You could basically hold your reaction to attack him once he enters the room, depending on where you put yourselves. It wouldn't be a surprise round because the combat is continuing.
Well, we can
He's
do
just
something a little
coming
bit more
back.
fun than that, right? We
Like
can come up
what?
with something, I don't know. Ball
Okay,
bearings or...
I'm going to set a timer on my phone for 2 minutes. You guys got to think of something to do. Starting now.
Okay. I wait by the entryway, so whenever he runs in, he doesn't see me, and then I stab him in the freaking back.
Okay.
Are we free to move right now?
Yes. Yep.
I'm going to.
We will resume the regular initiative once he returns, but as of right now, it's like you're using your turns to move around, and he's using his turn to run away and then come back.
I'm going to cast Invoke Duplicity on the opposite
Okay.
side of this archway.
Sweet.
Where
Okay.
Basilisk is.
Boom.
Nice. And then I am going to hold Inflict Wounds
As an action.
through my duplicate.
Okay.
Poison.
No, I didn't get poisoned. I resisted.
What are you doing, Alondros?
I'm gonna come stand up on this little thing.
Okay.
And
It's a few steps up to a small elevated platform, and behind you, you guys really hadn't noticed it before, it looks like a big dais, just a bigger like platform, almost like a table, but it's of solid stone.
We will look into that later. And I guess I'm just gonna be boring. I'm gonna hold my action with some vicious mockery.
Okay. Are you doing anything, Thalassa?
I can move to where he could see me when he's running in the door to kind of be the target.
All right, I dig it. With 9 seconds to spare, good job, everyone. And you wait only a moment as you hear the sounds of heavy footsteps coming down the stairs. We will start with his turn as he comes in. So he walks. I know. I don't know
walks
how to flip the
backwards.
orientation.
Shift and then arrow keys.
Wow. Sweet. Okay. Would you like to do inflict wounds,
Yes.
Callan? Okay.
Dirty 20.
It hits.
That's 10, 13, 10. 23 points of necrotic damage.
All right. You can feel through your magic as your duplicate reaches forth his hand to touch that it's not as strong as it would be on a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he's gonna go this way. So like take a swing at him. He moves right by your range,
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay.
Oh baby, that's not bad. It's a 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Gotta roll some damage. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. 17 damage.
All right. And Alondros, he has to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, as he hears my insult of, "You will never make it to the surface world."
Jeez, hit him where it hurts.
Ah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, he rolled a 15.
Okay.
Pretty sure that doesn't
Three
save on Alondros'
damage.
30 spell save.
It should be 3. You're level 10. It should be 3d10. I mean,
No, it goes
D4.
up at 11.
Oh, that's dumb.
I know.
I'm sorry for that. And you
He
see.
also gets disadvantage on his next attack.
Well, there won't be because you see as Thalassa, you see this returned as he begins to charge at you through the door, is touched by Callan's duplicate while simultaneously being slashed in the back by Vasilis, and you hear these echoing words of hopelessness uttered from the lips of Alondros, and as he's running, collapses into an ashy black vapor, his mask landing face up at your feet.
Well, that worked well.
Was more difficult than I anticipated it would be.
More difficult. You guys handled that. Well, there's a reason that they call you the heroes of Neolantis.
Yes, well, we are down one member in persons. Typically, we have 5 of us.
You are quite formidable, Vasilis.
I can hold my own.
I suppose there's a reason you've won the games twice.
I'm sure there was no small feat of luck that played into it.
Thalassa, would you give me a hand over here?
As he asks me that,
I can move you.
I've been staring at this gold mask at my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious as to what would happen if I pick it up, but I shake myself out of it and I go over to help him.
Okay.
Yes, what are we doing?
It's still on this sarcophagus, still Adelphos.
Yeah.
Will you help me push this open, please?
Do we know if something bad will happen?
No, but I also don't want to walk away without... I know it's a long shot, but... What if it's just this easy, right?
As if any of this were easy. But let's go ahead.
I won't make you roll for it. Both of you working together will be able to push the lid of the sarcophagus off.
It's mainly Thalassa.
Yeah.
It's true.
And as the sound of grinding stone ends with the loud thud of the one end of it hitting the ground, still leaning up against the sarcophagus, you see an empty coffin.
That's what I anticipated.
I wonder if they teleport here and then somehow get out and follow their path to the Underworld.
Potentially.
Can I take a look at this structure that I'm standing on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Roll me an investigation check. But before you do, there are, you see on stone pedestals around these 4 squares, 4 torches that can be lit.
Okay. Is there any sort of writing or anything that I initially see?
No, there is not.
Okay. There it is. Six.
Carved around the bottom of this structure is much like in the style of Theros, a mural. And you see the mural depicts different individuals. You see the Leonin is depicted in the mural, and is depicted, you think, sailing or falling off the edge of the world. You see one image of one of the, you assume one of, anyway, long story short, sorry, you see an image of another hero getting tangled in a dense web of spiders, and you see another being turned to stone by a woman with snakes for hair. And as you walk around the dais, you see the last figure appears to be in free fall beneath a bridge.
This altar appears to depict the moments of death of these individuals. Adelphos is right here, and the Leonin is there, and I believe if we looked at these other ones, they would also fill in the rest.
Maybe it's a shrine to great heroes that have recently passed.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Agree.
You actually recognize or sort of recognize the story of the hero that is getting caught in the spider web. Sorry, Alondros. The reason why is because there aren't many champions or advocates of Afara that are satyrs, but one of them that had come to great renown about 125 years ago went by the name of Tasia Noblehorn. Tasia Noblehorn. And she went in search of a pathway to the Underworld to find her befallen lover, but was caught in the entangled in the web of hold on, sorry. Arasta, which you know to be sort of this mythic, godlike spider creature that guards one of the entrances into the Underworld.
What was the name of that spider?
Arasta. Arasta.
Very spooky.
Now this tale I do actually recognize now that I think about it. It's from about over 100 years ago. Do you think that there's something special about these in particular? Do any of you else recognize any of these stories. As I kind of show the pictures.
I'm no good with history.
If you all want to look around at the sarcophagi and the pictures, roll an investigation or perception check.
While everybody's doing that, I'm going to pull out a tinderbox and start lighting these torches.
Thank you. I just want to turn these on.
I got a
No,
16.
We're gonna leave them. I go and snuff them all out.
What did you say? Investigation or what?
Or perception.
Well,
You all look around, and starting in the left hand corner and going clockwise, you see the blue eye with the name Ekate Starfeller. Then you see next to them, again going clockwise, is a symbol of 4 arrows, which you all know to be the symbol of Nylea. Beneath it is Eocles the Swift. And then next to that, you recognize Thalassa as a symbol of waves. Beneath that, the name Pontrius, and you see a Triton that is laying depicted on the sarcophagus. You see in this top left corner a laurel crown, which you know to be the symbol of Heliod, and the name beneath it is Sophronia Celesti. And then there's the urn with the water depicting a fire in the top right corner. Another symbol of the 4 arrows of Nylea, with the name Daxa Wildhoof beneath it. It depicts actually a centaur. And then in front of you is Adelphos. And some of you know these stories. Some of them. They've all happened in the last 200 years or so. And each of them is a hero who was lost in some way. Not lost as in killed, but lost as in they do not have a the burial processes in Theros are very specific. Callan, you demonstrated that when you put Backsword to rest. Unless burial rites are performed, then there's no place to pay homage to that individual, nor can they cross over the River Tardix, is how the legend goes. And so all 7 of these are all examples of heroes who were lost in some way without giving proper burial rites. Their bodies were not recovered.
Is the blank tomb still blank?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I take out 5 gold pieces
Mm-hmm.
and place them on this altar in the middle?
Okay.
And say this is for each of the heroes that lay before us. Hopefully.
So you pull out 7. There's 7 heroes.
Oh, there's 7 of them? Oh, I thought there
Yeah.
were 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
then I do 7.
Okay.
And I just place them one by one on this altar, and I say, may this honor the dead and hopefully pay the boatmen for their safe passage.
And you see that the gold coins that you lay on this altar shimmer brightly and then disappear.
Would anyone like to say something? For Adelphos.
For Adelphos, I don't feel that it would be befitting for me to say something for him.
Or for any of them.
To the others, I say, may the gods guide them in death as they did in life.
I am going to take my normal rapier, do a little cut in my palm, take a gold coin, squeeze it in my hand, flick it up in the air, and smack it down into Adelphos's tomb.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you soon. We're coming.
And I'll kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, "That's right. We'll find him."
It's very honorable to do that, Alondros. But I think we should get a move on. We have a long journey ahead of us.
And as you say that, you notice a large iron door at the far end of this crypt.
Start making my way over to it.
I'll follow.
You see, as you get there, Callan, a familiar symbol. On the door, you see etched in a golden mask with wings on either side. A symbol of Phaenax.
As I walk up to this door, I want to grab... There's handles on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab one of the handles, notice the symbol, and I'm going to spit on it and pull the door open.
Okay. As you enter, you see a sight in stark contrast to the one that you just came from. You see before you a large room adorned with gold and copious amounts of treasure. And you see sitting in the center a gold and black marble statue of the god Phaenax, wearing his gold winged mask. Seems to be smirking at you as if inviting you to come and deal with him. You see 3 doors, each leading into a different direction. And you hear echo through the cavern as if emanating from the statue. Well, well, well. If it isn't the heroes of Theros and my former follower, Vidius, or should I say Callan. I was wondering when you'd make your way down here. And that's when where we'll end our session.
Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Oh, man.
right off of the bat, episode 1.
This is fine. We're fine.
Plus, we're gonna take all the treasure and be rich. It's
Yep,
gonna be
exactly. We're gonna
fine.
kill him.
You're
Oh,
gonna
that
kill
was
the
great.
statue.
Oh, man.
Love that you literally insulted him
Yep.
directly before meeting him.
Good.
Well, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to follow us on our socials down below and stay tuned for more episodes of Heroes of Theros coming every Saturday. But in the meantime, please don't forget to check out Season 1 of Curse of Strahd, which we wrapped up recently. And if you want to do some catching up and get caught up on the story, the entire first season of Heroes of Theros is also available in audio form anywhere podcasts can be found. And we'll catch you next time. As always, we love you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.